Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. I'm muting me. Good. Okay. Shalom, Israel. We of the ISUPK start off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahanna, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Officer Gazak Shapar, he'll teach the Lashawan Qadash class. And then also as a reminder, we're not affiliated with any other Israelite group, um, any other faction that's not of the ISUPK. We don't accept you. So if you're black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, then you're part of the 12 tribes of Israel. Lashawan Kodash is the oldest language in the world. We're teaching, of course, the Hebrew language of ancient Hebrew. That's the top of our chart here. And we're teaching the Assyrian Hebrew. Um, both Hebrews are part of our heritage. So we teach. The one I like to use the most is the top one. We're going to show some differences here, of course, in class. Like I said Lashawan Kodash, ancient, and Assyrian Hebrew. To let you know, Hebrew is written from right to left, as you can possibly understand. It's not left to right, it's always right to left. So understand that. I see Officer Shar's put in the chat. We got people checking in, and I appreciate that. He's put in the chat to, if you want to get your Hebrew name, all you have to do is check in the class for 6 months. This is uh, brother or sister, you know, and we are will if you're black, Hispanic, or Native Indians, because we recognize you as part of the greatest people that ever walked the earth. Uh, see who we got in the chat tonight. Like we have some people uh, in the chat, and of course, who we got?
UPK Shaw.
UPK Shar, and who else? And Shar go back officers, even back as far as 2019, all the way back to 2020. Who else we got? And we recognize that even today. All right.
Yeah, Azara.
And Izarah. How about Shem Yahweh Shai Barakathum to all my brothers? Yahweh Shema Alathun by Shem Yahweh Shai. That's in the plural in both forms there. And of course, so lucky to the men above me. If you, it's we always have people all over the United States checking our class, and a lot of people watching. So we want to invite everybody that wants to learn Hebrew. We're going to show you some differences in class here tonight. The difference between Hebrew in the ancient and Hebrew in the Syrian. And the words, I mean, when you hear Hebrew, it's going to sound like a ah sound. Ah ba ga da ha wa za ka taya kala manasa ipataza shata. And that's because in every Hebrew character, you're going to find an ah embedded on it. And of course, except for one sound is called an I. So it's an ah or I. They're not vowels. Only the Yiddish people use the vowels, and they're not our people. We'll talk against them later on in class. Well, let you know though, but our Hebrew heritage it goes back. We can learn the Hebrew right now. That's how we learn. That's how we understand the words that we even read in the Bible, by knowing the Hebrew. That's what the Most High has given us. You need to get in the ISUPK if you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, so you'll understand your Hebrew heritage, man. Don't waste your time out there with all these other factions and groups, and try to learn stuff on the fly. And hey, listen, get out of that mess and throw it away. It's garbage. If you're not in the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yahanna, you don't understand the truth, and you're not in the truth. You're in some group out there. Am I right? So let's clap it up for class, man. I have some words up here, and before we get into that, we're going to let you understand um, how the Most High give us the language, this pure language, man. Yeah, good. And of course, I want you guys to. We got views in the class, guys. Take this class and share it, and put it out so you'll understand the differences. We're going to go over those differences because a lot of people that say, "Man, I want to write Hebrew," and you got to understand that you first have to start out with learning the Hebrew chart. I mean, I remember a long time ago. I remember learn the Hebrew chart. I remember uh, some officers just starting. I remember Officer Shar and I. We grew up together, and we learned the Hebrew, ancient Hebrew. We even understood it. And but when you get into the ancient and the Assyrian Hebrew, they look vastly different. They don't even look remotely the same. But when we were in captivity, Daniel's days in the book of Daniel and and when we were in Assyria, the Assyrians captured us and gave us their characters. And we're going to get into that. Because up on the board tonight, we're going to ask you to match the characters with the Assyrian and the Hebrew and come up with the word. And I'm going to see if you guys can handle that. But mm, Hebrew is an old language, so we're gonna get into that in a second here. Uh, let's see where you'll understand. Oh, Salaki, where you'll understand that what we use Hebrew for, and that's a lot of people don't even know why we have Hebrew. That's the reason why they can't understand it. Um, but when we get into the kingdom, the Lord said He's going to give us a pure language. And this is we're practicing the righteous action before the Lord even get here. We're learning before. I mean, for Yahushua gets back here and been on earth before. We're learning the Hebrew right now, like He's told us to, because it's our mission to understand these prophecies and give these prophecies back out. Now, how else you think we're gonna know that unless we know how to read the Hebrew, right? You have to understand that it's understood that you have to understand this. And this Hebrew is not given to the Yiddish people. Y'all know that. Y'all know that over there in where is that over there in Israel right now, our homeland, and our homeland where we were practicing Hebrew, and that's the language we spoke. The Lord gave us a pure language. I think it said that in Zephaniah. But you got to understand, the Lord wants you to understand how to understand the language. The you would call them a prefix, but it's like a preposition. How to understand an ending. Let's see, what did I say? How to understand um, the possessive adjectives. Because you can have like a lot of possessive adjectives that can denote my, your, his, her, our, y'all, and plurals. And so you'll understand. And of course, you can have prepositions that help you take a word to a whole nother level. So we can say a lot of things in one word. Hebrew. It's like ah, like if you want to say I, you can say ah, or you can say anya, or I am. You can say ba, you can say, which is ha, wa, ya, ka, la, ma, shata. And I mean, these are prepositions or words that go before a word to change the meaning of the word. In which you can get words like let's say, if you wanted to describe a word like what we talked about one. Let's see. If you want to say a word like hungry, ra'ib, like I am hungry. Ra'ib by itself means hungry. But if you want to say I am hungry, man, I want some chicken wings over there, or whatever, right? So I am hungry. You want to say anya. That's I. And you want to say, well, Ra'ib is ba Ra'ib, like I am in hungry, like I'm in hunger. So you want to say Anya ba Ra'ib, or you want to say, let's say you want to say something like good morning. How would you say that? You want to say who? Let's see who got y'all. If you want to say I'm good morning, you want to say Tawab, which is good. Tawab, Tawab, and then you want to say Ba Wakwa, Bawa. I'm sorry for the yeah, Bawaqar for the male. Tawab Ba Wakwa. And Hebrew don't have any U's. Hebrew don't have any O's. We got one I and an A and everything else around it, of course. We don't have any E's. So when I say Tawab Bawa Kwa, if I want to say good morning for a female, if you're female, if I want to tell her how to say it, I want to say, she wants to say Tawaba Bawa Kwa. But Bawa Kwa means morning. Of course, you have the words evening also. But if you want to say uh, the word first, you want to say Ra'ashwan, Ra'ashwan. Okay, things like that, and that's how you can get into the meanings of words. You want to say you for the men, it would be atha. And if you want to say make it plural, you want to make it a thumb. And you want to say you for a woman, it's a tha. But if you want to say for the woman for plural, you want to say a thun to make it plural. And that's how we speak. That's how we spoke back then. You know, um, because Hebrew before, like I said, before we get into the board here, uh, the we used to go to the synagogue to learn a place. The synagogue was a place of learning back then, man. If you turn to Deuteronomy 22:16, turn to that. Let's turn to James 2:6. Let's turn to that one first. Uh, let's see. Let's turn to James 2:6. Let's see if that's the one I want. Uh, Wish I had somebody to read from here, but I got to read it all myself. Okay, James 2:6. Okay, James 2:6 says this. Ain't the one I want. Um, what did I ain't the one I want. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 22:16. Let's try that one. Deuteronomy 22:16. Slakia. What I say? Deuteronomy 22:16.
Come.
All right. All right. Let's go that one here before we get really hot and heavy in class here, so y'all can break some of these words down for me. All right. So we'll understand the difference between ancient. Boy, that's not what I want. Good. Uh, hmm. Maybe it is James 2:6. Let's go back there. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's go back there again. Okay. Um. Oh, good Lord! I can find out. I can't find my place here. Um. Well, I'll get back to that. But anyway, the synagogue is called a place of learning. That's our point. It's a place of learning, and that's what you have to understand. Um, but that's what we learned back then when Israel was together, before it was put in slavery, of course. Um, let's see. Yeah. So lock you for a second here. Mm-hmm. Mm. It's locking for a second here. So pardon me here. Uh, let's see. Okay, yeah. Let's. We can go here. We can go to we can go to Romans 15:4. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's lock you for that. Let's go there. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. That makes sense. That's better. That we, through the patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. In other words, the things that we've learned, it was written aforetime. Let's read it again. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning and our understanding. Or the word for learning is lamad, or to learn. That makes sense. For our learning, that we may have patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. So the Lord gave us some understanding, basically, is what that's saying, right?
Right.
But He gave it to us aforetime, so we can learn and have understanding of the scriptures. That's what I was trying to understand and show you here. And but so you'll understand that in captivity, we were thrown in captivity, man, and we didn't have they didn't accept our Abba, Gada, Hawazaka on the top chart here, the ancient Hebrew. Those are the ancient symbols. Tonight, I'm going to show you a few differences between um, some words here. For the up here, I have ancient on this side, and I have um, the Assyrian on this side. And the top, let's say the top three lines here. Don't worry about the bottom half of the board there, that dash there. But I want you to get your pencil and paper, take your time, and match up. Find out. I want you to match up. It'll be like you might say like across. It could be 1 and 4 is the same word. What match the same word? 2 and 5 the same word. 3 and 6 the same word. And tell me right what that word is. There's 3 words that you're going to get out of here. Right on this red line, right there, and right there. You're going to get 3 words out of here. But you got to match these up and find out. It's going to be the same word. But also, you got 2 things to do. Tell me what numbers match together with the same word. Y'all got it? And what is that word? All you got to do is spell it. That's all you got to do. Because you have the Hebrew to spell it. But the thing is, it's an ancient and it's also an Assyrian. So match those 2 together. Bring the ancient and the Assyrian together so you'll understand. When I say bring them together, let me use another word. In other words, have the understanding of the ancient Hebrew and the Syrian Hebrew. The Syrian is on the left side here, and the ancient is on this side over here. So tell me, now you see the numbers 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well, there are 2 numbers you're going to put there. You may put something, let's say, like 1 and 4 on that line. You may, in other words, tell me what those words are, and then tell me what the words are. I hope that's not too complicated. But anyway, it'll go like, you want to put out what the word is. Just it can be don't matter what order you put them in here, but make sure you put like, okay, 5 and 3 or whatever, or 4 and 1 or however. I don't care, but they got to be That's a match. You got to say, oh, these two words match, and tell me what they say on these lines here. Y'all got it now? So match it out. In other words, take your time. Any question? Okay, there it is. Y'all can see better, right? Any question? Let me see. I can see a little better now, right? In other words, match it out. Take your time. Because I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Can they see that? Yeah, they can do that. What? You got a question?
No.
Yeah. In other words, what you're doing is, yeah, they can see that. They can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you're doing is they don't necessarily match side by side here. So you got to tell me what numbers match. What number brings out the same word? That's a better understanding, right? What number brings out the same word? And then tell me what that word is. I don't care which line you use there. It's a flaw in my system there. I could have said what line. And then I'll tell you what that word is. But first, in other words, this is an exercise in transliteration of you're telling me, so we'll learn Hebrew ancient and Hebrew Assyrian together at the same time, because I normally teach both, or one or the other. But in this case, we're learning which one of these words match to the same thing. And you can differentiate by just saying, hey, one and one, you got 6 of them there, so you'll have 3 words. These two, that two, that two, this two, which one? Ain't no telling. And then tell me, and I'll write them on the lines because they all mix up anyway. But tell me, let's do the top half of the board. Like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If y'all get the idea, if y'all don't, put a 2 in the chat. If you understand, put a 1 in the chat. Hey, I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to help you learn the Hebrew chart a little better, because you'd have to know this Hebrew chart. And we're going to go over this Hebrew chart in a few minutes. You'd have to know the chart. It's a basic understanding. It can be complicated, but not really. It's a basic understanding of how to say, okay, if I know ancient Hebrew, I know Assyrian Hebrew. That makes sense. So in other words, I could have just given you, like we do the other nights, last week or so, for instance, I said, hey, what is this word transliterate? Well, find that same word over here. What's this word transliterate? Well, find that same word over here. What's this word translated? Well, find the same word. And how you find the same word? So, oh, yeah. 1 and 4 or whatever, 2 and 5 and 3 and 6. But I can tell you those ain't the answers. and it might be, but it might be down below. But it definitely ain't the one. I mixed them up a little bit. So tell me. So you should have something like 1 and 4, and then tell me what the word is. Oh, they match, and then that is. Because you're gonna have one, like I said, this is ancient Hebrew over here, and the ancient Hebrew, the Assyrian Hebrew on this side, on the left side. Ancient Hebrew on that side. That makes sense? Anybody? What we got?
Officer Iwar Palat from the Bay Area is checking in.
Right. Let's clap it up for that brother right there. Yeah, clap it right there. Officer from the Bay Area, Palat, right?
Done.
Okay. Yahweh Shem Shai Barak, a thumb to my brothers. Yahweh Shem Alathan by Shem Shai, all my sisters, of course. What I'm saying again, if you're checking in, we got some words on the board. We're exercising trying to understand your exercise and understanding. We have an exercise for you to try to understand basic Hebrew and the ancient over here and the Assyrian. Match the words. There are ancient and Hebrew words that match up here. And then tell me, transliterate it. Once you got it, transliterate it. Once you got it, transliterate that word. Say, oh, it says that. And when I say transliterate it, just put in English, tell me what it means. I mean, not what it means, but tell me what it spells. I'm not interested in what it means. Just tell me what it spells. You can always get the meaning. It'll build your vocabulary too. All I want you to know is what what does it spell in English? Because that's the language that we actually learned in slavery here. But now, so transliterate the ancient on this side and the Assyrian on that side and match the numbers up to each other. That's what I'm saying. I said that so many ways. I hope that's right. What we got here?
You got some answers.
What we got? What we got?
When I was, she has 3 different answers.
Okay.
I think she did the other part.
Yeah, no, don't worry about the one down below.
Okay.
Just give me the ones up top.
Okay. Her first answer
Yeah.
is 1 and 5.
1 and 5. All right.
Okay.
All right. What else?
She has also 2 and 6.
2 and 6.
And she has 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Okay. And what those words are, did she transliterate them? That's what I'm asking. You did. It seemed like you did the exercise correct. What's her name?
Manima.
Manima. Okay, good.
Okay, now Izra did the words.
That's fine. But tell me what the numbers are that match.
She said 1 and 5.
Manima did this one, right?
Yeah.
And who said 1 and 5? Azara?
Izra said 1 and 5 is
Okay.
Paria. I think she means Paria.
Spell it. Just spell it.
Paray. That's what she said.
Probably YA.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always have to put a A out there behind that particular word.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what's the next one?
She said that's 1 and 5.
Right.
She says 2 and 6 is.
Oh, okay. They got the same thing. Okay, good. What else?
2 and 6 is PAL.
Just spell it. But don't worry, just spell it.
So like PALALA. PALALA.
Okay. All right. All right. What's the next one?
That's all so far.
So you got somebody got a 3 and 4 here. What did they get that one?
Yeah, they didn't.
What,
Yeah.
What was the word?
Izra says it's PASACH.
All right. All right. Let's. Anybody else? We'll wait for everybody else.
Okay.
Anybody else got some stuff? Do you agree with this also? What do you agree? What you got?
I got pretty much the same thing except
Okay.
3 and 4.
You accept 3 and 4?
I made a mistake with PASACH.
Mm-hmm.
I have the whole letter.
Okay. All right. And then y'all definitely get the idea. So clap it up for people who definitely got the right idea. So you follow the instructions. And so far we got some wonderful fire answers here, man. You know, and some people I ain't worried about did you spell it right? We can check on that. But the point is you matched somebody got to say you see Izara and Maimuna got the same matching there.
Yes.
Anybody else?
Yes.
And the brother that's checked in, Officer Slocky, I don't know what rank he is.
He's Officer 50.
Officer 50. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand that. Right. And if you got an answer here, just go ahead and put it in class. We'll wait a few more seconds here for you. And it says it's just a way to learn the Hebrew because we're definitely checking your understanding of how you learn Hebrew and how you cross-check it and how you transliterate, how you bring things to English, and how you recognize, because the chart is definitely, it can be vast, but you can shrink it down to your understanding. Before you know it, you understand Assyrian Hebrew and you understand ancient Hebrew. And that's definitely what this is. The ancient is on this side and the Syrian on this side. Y'all gave me 1 and 5, 2 and 6, and 3 and 4, right? So far?
So far.
Anybody else? Okay. All right. All right. Let's break this down here. Let's write down here what we got. All right. Let's see. They say 1 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 is 1 and 5. Yeah. Okay. That looks right. Paraya.
Mm-hmm.
So let me spell that word a little better. I think because she said it. We're gonna say pa. Right. Ra. Yah. There you go. Paraya. And paraya, if I'm not mistaken, means fruit. Okay. It's literally translate like a fruit, like an apple or something like that. You can see that. Can you see the word there? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And then you got another word over here, paria. That's good. And somebody, y'all said, I think Azara and Mana said it. And I believe you said it too. So and then you got the word 2 and 6. 2 and 6 is a word. You got P, A, pa, and then you got la. Yeah, let's try instead of the A on the end, you don't need pa la la. It's palal. Okay. All right. And palal means, if I'm not mistaken, means to pray. Okay. Let's spell it correctly first. P-A-L-A-L. Now that one's like, I believe this means to pray. Not to pray on somebody, just to pray, like prayer. You know, like Abanawa, Shabbai Shemayim, Kodesh Haya Shamka. That's okay. And then we have another one here, 3 and 4. Anybody have 3 and 4? You had 3. I think both of them had 3 and 4 too.
Yeah.
All three of y'all had it, right?
Okay.
Let's write that one down. That word is P-A. 3 and 4. Okay, they got pa. Then they got they got that one right. Let me spell it back here. S and then C-H. Because that's pasak, pa, sa, then you have ka.
Okay.
And then this is one where you take, very rare, you take the A's off the end, especially when they fall in the end of the word. You can, most of the time you want to take those off. Not all the time, but that would be A, pasaka, but it's pasak. So all you're doing, if you look at this, how we join it together here, then you definitely take the A off in because you're trying to join those two sounds. And what is this called? Anybody in the chat? What are we calling this right here? What is this? That upside down U. Y'all remember? Write it in the chat. We're gonna take nothing for granted. We're gonna make sure y'all understand everything because y'all doing a wonderful job here in the chat so far. Before we go further, Pasak. And Pasak means Passover, by the way. Let me write that one down. Is it all right if I write that? Pass over. Of course, that's when the children of Israel were passed over for keeping the Passover of the unleavened bread and lamb and bitter herbs, because they were getting ready to get out of Egypt to get out of that wicked Pharaoh. Y'all understand that? Y'all remember that? That's what that word is. Is pasak. And of course, palal means to pray, like prayer. And then paraya is fruit. Okay? And y'all look like y'all matched them up perfectly. Let's clap it up for the class right there. Damn right. It's a good job. But it's just so to understand passages and words, you have to first learn how to transliterate things. And you did a wonderful job here. Now you understand the the ancient and the ancient over here and the Assyrian right here on the left side. Yeah, okay. All right, so I want to get out of y'all way. All right, very good. That's good. And that's a great understanding. So, all right. Now I want y'all to do the same thing down here. Since y'all understood that, let's go and do you got 7, 8, 9. As people joining class, just continue on. Just all you're doing is matching. You're matching the ancient Hebrew here to the Assyrian Hebrew. And the way to do it, way we denote it and write down is what one of these numbers go with the other numbers as far as the transliteration of the word. That word has to be the same word. Not interested if you understand it. I just want you to transliterate it. Write down the English. In this case, we had paria, which means fruit. The pray means palal, and Passover is pasak. That's it. So you did a great job. All right, let's do the next. Can you see that down there? Huh? You can see the bottom of the board? Okay, good. All right, you can see the bottom of the board, good. So we have, like I say, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The ancient is on this side. I want you to match it up to the Assyrian on the left side and the ancient on the right side here. Of course, like I said, Hebrew is written from left to write. So when I said the word pasak, it's pasaka, pasak. That makes sense, and that's where we get the word Passover. And of course, you have palal as prayer, and then you have paraya as fruit, like when you got an apple, orange or grapes or whatever. That's where you get that word from. You got to be careful because some words will switch up their reading on you because they actually mean different. That's a whole nother class. But for right now, just understand that you are matching the Assyrian with the ancient Hebrew. You're matching their the same word because I'm giving you some Assyrian here, and I'm giving you the ancient here. Say match it up, and you did a perfect job. 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. That's perfect. Everybody in class did that. So I'll give y'all a few more seconds. Y'all do this one right here before we move on to the next. Okay. If y'all have trouble understanding, just type in the chat. Hey, what's going on? But if not, then just I'll assume that you understand instruction. And here again, the instructions are: we have 7, 8, 9. That these writings here, those are words. Of course, that's one. Damn it. That's one word. That's another word. That's another word. Here's a word. Here's a word. Here's a word. That's 10, 11, and 12. Match these up, just like you did up here. You said 1 and 5, and then you said 2 and 6, and then you said 3 and 4. And we found out what the transliteration of them was, because you also spelled it. And then, of course, spelling it is if you match it up, then I know you know how to spell it. But that's what I'm trying to get you to look at, the Syrian and the ancient, so you'll know how to spell, because they spell the same word. It is actually easier. I found out in my study it's easier to understand the ancient Hebrew as far as spelling it, because it has connectors to it. We'll get in there. We'll show you that in a second here. So I'll let you guys match it up. Take your time. I appreciate everybody checking in the class. Yeah, I'm drinking my Friday night. You drink your yan, that's wine, and mayam, which is water. Of course, you have your on Friday night, you take your time and relax, because we done had a hard day's work, ain't we? We're at ISUPK, start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahanna, where we teach Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes. And that's what we're doing right now. We're actually just going over the Hebrew chart, and we're matching up words here. We're matching up their word. We're spelling them. We're matching up the words by putting the numbers together. Oh, what number goes with what? That's the column of the ancient. This is the column of the Assyrian. So you learn the ancient and Assyrian at the same time. That's my point. And when you come in a Hebrew class, always get you a book like this. Always get you a little notepad and just label it Hebrew class. South Carolina. Officer, teachers, officers, Kazakh Shapar, 1,000. So that's what you want to do. Get in class here, man. Like I said, get in class and understand the Hebrew language, man. I'm back to basic understanding here, because as I move on further with classes, I'm always trying to get people to see and review the class in its basic understanding. So when we get off and we start going over different topics, and then I start breaking down words, you'll say, oh, okay, it'll make sense to you. Okay. All right. We got other people we got some answers yet, or are they still breaking it down?
We have a couple of answers.
All right, let's break it down. We got a couple answers. Let's definitely break it down.
Okay.
Give y'all a few seconds here. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. Let's break it down. What we got?
Okay, Manana says, she says 8 and 10 match.
She got 8. Oh, she got 8 and 10. All right. This is Manima. I'm gonna put an M by your name. You gonna own that now. All right, my sister. You've been 100% so far, my sister.
Okay, she says 7 and 12,
7 and 12.
and
All right.
and she says 9 and 11.
9 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
9 and 11. That's the dice. Rolling them dice. Ah. All right. Anybody else? I know y'all take your time up there. Y'all Mac, take your time, match up. Y'all, you don't just we confirm each other up in here in this class. 8, 10, 7, 12. Mima, has matched them up. That's what she's saying. Because she's been looking in this class, studying the Hebrew chart. Sister wants to show that she's been studying, and that's the ancient Hebrew and the Assyrian Hebrew. Like I said, the ancient Hebrew is on this side, and the Assyrian Hebrew is on this side. It has numbers 4, 5, 6, and 10, 11, 12, and the ancient, that's the ancient, and the Assyrian Hebrew is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Okay.
Okay, Azara says,
What you got, Azara?
she says 8 and 10. She has a word too
8, 10. All right.
in English.
Go ahead.
She has 9 and 11.
9 and 11. Oh, she got 9, 11. Okay, I'm gonna put her on that same line.
And she has 7 and 12.
She got the same answer.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What words you got? What words y'all got? What words everybody got down there?
Okay,
Let's break this thing all the way down. Go ahead.
For 8, Israel has for 8 and 10. She has Inaya, Inaya.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
And for 9 and 11, she has Inash.
Oh, 9 and 11. She got what?
Inash.
ASH.
Concept.
Okay. INASH.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What was 7 and 12?
IN ARA.
INARA. Huh. Okay. Let's break this down here. Let's find out what's going on here. All right. 8 and 10. Anybody else? Y'all take your time.
And she has 7 and 12 as I don't know. Okay.
She has 712 as INARA.
Yes.
Okay. So what if I'm getting both of them had, and including you too, right? Any brothers in there? Y'all let these sisters get all this work here. That's all right. That's cool. 8 and 10, INAYA, INARA, and INASH. Right? That's what you told me?
Yes.
Really? That's huh? Mm. All right, we're gonna check. We're gonna get this thing right here. Okay. What we got here? Y'all said INAYA. IN. Okay. Let's just say 8 and 10. 8 is IN. Oh Jesus. Oh Lord. Let's see. Well, let me see. 10. What y'all got? IN. Jesus. I don't know. All right. Let's see. I'll have to fix this here. Let me see what y'all got. All right. This is what we got. Okay. 8 and 10. That's 10. 10 reads I in Yah. So that's 8 and 10 is I. You have a I in na, and then you have Yah on a Yah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that looks to be or you have really it's really you want to say instead of um, okay, that's a difficult word here. I'm gonna take the A out because that's a word that's kind of like it's sort of difficult. It's really like anya.
Yeah.
Why? Because what did I say? 8 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I put the. It was my fault here. Now, if I did this, and I apologize to you, it's really like this. It's really a connector goes under both of them like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my fault. I apologize to you.
Okay.
Okay, that makes better sense now, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, if y'all understand the chat, make sure you understand. Every once in a while, I make a foo bar. But anyway, in my foo bar, in the spelling, you had the spelling correct. I just put it down wrong. I just made the the connectors different. Independent connector on Yah right here,
Mm-hmm.
8 and 10, and even over here, you're not going to have one. It's Ein Yah, and over here, I just put the hyphen in there so you can see it. And I and the N go together. That's why you have the word Ein. It looks like N, but it's actually Ein. So that is what connector is that? That U under there.
That's a dependent.
And you're drawing that dependent connector. That's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the connectors wrong. I had independent and then I had dependent over here. So I just switched them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you had it wrong. But you basically had the understanding, the 8 and 10. You matched the word together. That's cool. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to 7 and 12. 7, you have the word, and you said 7 and 12 right here. So you have I. That is actually a ba.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Azura has a I'm
okay. So
So
let's go here. It's not an N. It's
It's a B.
Iba. It's Iba.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
R-A.
R-I-B.
A-R-A.
Okay, it's Ibar.
Mm-hmm.
And take the A out, and it's like this. It's now you leave the A. Let me just respell it here. Jeez, got me writing all over board here. Okay, there. A-I-B. A-R. That's the word right there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get the words right first. Now, how do we know that? Because we have I, then we have ba. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if that is what was that word? 12.
Mm-hmm.
So I got I by itself. Now this one I do have correct.
Mm-hmm.
I by itself, and then I join the B and the R together with a dependent connector. So that's I bar. I bar. That makes sense? That's correct. Y'all have to watch your connectors, so do I too. We'll go over that. Lets me know what we'll have to go over a second here. Connectors.
Mm-hmm.
If you are doing connectors, I'll have to break down connectors a little better here because that has everything to do with how you spell the word. But the main thing you have the matching correct, and that's what's important. Okay. All right. Let's say 9 and 11, right?
Yes.
Okay. 9 is what? What? That's correct. Einash.
Yes.
Okay, well, what does these word means? Well, Anya means poor. Okay. And when you talk about the 12 tribes of Israel, you want to say po. Right? We ain't got no money. Poor. Right? What about Ibar? Okay. Ibar simply means the past. Let me break this down a little better than that. Ibar is the past. Okay. There. That's what that means. Simply means the past. Okay. And then we have Einash. Einash means to punish. That's exactly what they're going to do to these Edom, right? We're going to, there, y'all got that? So everybody participated, and I appreciate that. Let's clap it up for class right there. All right. Y'all did perfect. That's it. So I'm gonna erase this, but y'all get the point, and I'm gonna go over connectors real quick, and then so y'all can understand a little bit better Yeah. Y'all can understand a little bit better of how we come up with the transliteration of words. And this is just an exercise that I'll do more of this. I kind of thought of this way to help teach you because you'll understand. You're actually teaching yourself when you do this. Why? Because you learn the Hebrew chart. And of course, I made a mistake when I went over here and I over here on Anya on that Hebrew connector. You have to make sure you put the right connector on that. Because if you don't, you will have Ainaya. So it's not your fault. It was mine. So y'all understand? Yeah, that's the whole thing. So let's do this. So y'all, I'll give y'all a few seconds here to write that down. Y'all write that down so you can understand the word. Give y'all a few seconds so y'all can write that down so you can see, memorize. That's like a good exercise for you, okay? All right, because we're going to be doing that. So when you see this, you'll understand that because this helps your vocabulary too, but you'll understand the matching. Next time I'll just say matching. Okay? All right, cool. All right, let's erase that right there. That was a good exercise, wasn't it?
God, it was.
Everybody understood, everybody participated, so I know you understood. And that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we want that. Let me go over connectors again here, real quick, just for the sake of going over it, right?
Okay.
Because it's not, it can be tricky sometimes. No lie. All right, connectors. We have dependent and independent. All right. Independent what? Connector. What are they used for? Now they're only in the what? Ancient. Okay. We're not going to say because they're not in the Assyrian. So we're going to pardon for the Assyrian just for a second here. Okay. They're not needed in the Assyrian writing. They have ending characters for that. But connectors help you break down a word. So, so when you're doing a word like let's go, let's do a word like let's just say please. Baba Kwasha. When we use the word ba ba kwa sha. Seems like a big word, ain't it? But Baba Kwasha, okay? Baba Kwasha. Make sure we got that down here. Ugh. Yeah, actually, really, the word like it's really spelled like that. A lot of people. Kasha ha. So you want to say ba. We'll write it first in ancient, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ba. What do you hear? Ba by itself, right? Ba. You hear another ba, don't you?
Okay.
So you have like this. So ba ba, like this. Ba ba. Now that is a independent connector so far. What we're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, if I'm gonna break it down, I'm gonna use different colors here. Okay. Okay. The different colors. Now, and we're gonna say qua. Well, baba, baba qua. So far, we're doing this in ancient Hebrew, and these are independent connectors, right? Ba, ba, qua. Now we're going to say sha. That is a sha right there. That symbol there. Sha. In the ancient Hebrew. We write Hebrew from right to left. Sha. Now we got to put together a couple things here. So when we say ha, you have to go here and put a ha, that little backwards comb right there.
Mm-hmm.
That has to be a what? dependent connector right there. That a dependent connector. That dependent connector is like that. Okay, that's the difference. So that word, and it means, what does it mean again? What did I say? Please. It means please, of course. It means please. But in order to understand that, we use connectors. Um, ha, it has an A at the end. Aha, but we don't need that. So we'll take it off. We'll make sure. It's not Baba Kasha. It's not, it's Baba Kwasha Ha. It's Baba Kwasha. Because what we're trying to do is make this sound right here. To make one sound. Sha. Not Shaha.
Mm-hmm.
That all the difference in the world. And that's what you got to understand. Especially at the end of a word. You get to the end of that word right there and you say Shaha, you ain't gonna be right. So it's Baba Kwasha. Shah. You gotta hear it. Baba Kwasha. Like that. Baba Kwasha. I see some people put Baba Kwasha right there, but in this word right here, Baba Kwasha, if you said SHA, it would be understood in Hebrew. It would be understood because there ain't that many words that look like that. But you got to be careful because there are other words that look like other words. But it's actually, there's a ha on the end there. Baba Kwa Sha. And I'm not going to shoot it down or I will be shot down myself by saying there's not a ha on there. But the point is, you definitely don't put a on the end of the ha. Because on every Hebrew word, you have a on the end of it, which sounds like ah. Y'all understand? But you need the dependent connector. That means this sha depends on that ha to make a sound. So you have sha, not shaha. Okay? Because you can make a whole day, but now that's just the way it is. Y'all understand that? Sha. So it means please. So we'll give y'all a chance to sink down. Independent connectors. We're gonna do another one. So y'all have any comments? Go ahead. Go ahead.
No comments. This is the checking in.
Who's that?
Kapabanath Yahanna.
Kapabanaf.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Banaf. That's a woman, I believe.
Got it. Manai husband.
Yeah, Banaf.
She has a question.
Go ahead.
Her question is: would Baba Kwasha Ibar Yan be correct?
For
Baba Kwasha Ibar Yan.
Baryan.
Mm-hmm.
Please, what Baryan? What are you trying to say? Baba Kushah, like please, what the past? Baryan. What word are you trying to say?
She said Salakia. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Baba Kushah is just please. Now, if you want to say please excuse, you want to say excuse is the word salakia. Now let's put that down. Let's put that word salakia. Let's put that down, and we can put those two together.
She's asking a question.
Yeah.
How do you say please pass wine? Or would that be?
You just say please wine. Then they'll give me the wine. Or just you can say Baba Kwasha. You can just say Yayan. It would be understood. I don't want to get into a whole sentence like that. You would say Baba Kwasha Yayan. That's please. But you don't want to say past. That's not past. Is not. You don't use Ibar in that way. That's not saying to pass something. That means the past, like past, present, and future. Okay, that's what you have to understand. Y'all understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To give somebody, you want to say more like to give something is Nathan. Okay, you want Baba Kushar Nathan. or that means to give wine. Okay,
Mhm.
that's what you want to say there. Y'all understand? We're not going to get into transliteration. What words you like? We'll get into that one night. I don't want to get into that this night. Okay, but that's how you would say that. Uh, you know, but I do understand what you're trying to say. But you can't say that with I borrow this way, right? Because our bar means the past, like past, present, and future. So you can't do that. Do it that way, okay? All right, that makes sense.
And she said, "I will walk water, sir."
Yeah, no problem, sister. That's just I applaud you for uh for for seeing it like that. That makes sense, okay? Um, we could say, and just like I just said, I thought it was. I had Nathan. Nathan means to give, or I will give. So you want to say, Baba Kasha Nathan Yan.
Mm.
Please give some wine, and then we'll get into how technical that needs to be. But you got to understand we're Hebrews from Ibar, the past. That's how we speak. We don't go around speaking like these and thous in the sense of that this Edomite language is on. It's just not how we are. So if I said Baba Kashah, or I can say, could you give me Nathan Lanawa? I mean, sorry, Nathan. What did I say? To give Nathan, or to give a yayan. I'm sorry, that's what you wanted. I will give, or could you give Nathan, or Nathan. Okay, to give something is Nathan, Nathan. So if you want to give some water, Nathan, yawam, or wine, Nathan, uh, yayan for wine. And you want to say please behind it, you can say Baba Gusha. Like thank you. I mean please, I'm sorry. Please. And if you want to say if you want to say Bob please, that's more of a formal thing that you learn in another culture. It's understood that it's please. Nobody's gonna give it to you wine if they didn't like that, right? If they didn't want to give it to you, it's understood. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Okay, all right. But anyway, I understand what you're saying, sister. All right. Okay. All right. So if you want to, but anyway, that's how you would say that. Okay. Oh, Slarky. Uh, but that's just the way you have to say. Okay, let's do another word here. But I was just trying to go over independent and dependent connectors. Uh, one of the not this class. I didn't want to do sentences and things like that because I'd have to really study up on that a little bit more anyway. I forget sometimes. We're just doing single words here so you'll understand how to use connectors. All right, that's what you understand. So if I have a word like bread, bread, bread would be like a word like lacam. So you would spell it, let's say Lacham. Okay, so you will say la, and then you want to say that's La, and you want to say ka like this. Now remember, That's a few different types of ka, so make sure let's stick with what we got. And you want to say la kama, you don't want to say that. You don't need the ma on the end, so we'll just say la kam like this, like that. So we say in the connectors, we'll say la, Just trying to get you the general understanding of how to use connectors, independent, dependent. And you want these words to depend on each other to make a sound. Come, la come. It means bread or food or something, you know, to eat, substance to eat. La come, bread. So that's when you use the L is a dependent connector by itself. That's what we're concentrating on, the connectors here. Uh, and ka and ma is put together. Now here, if you was doing this word in the since we're going over ancient and Assyrian, and the Assyrian, this would be like this. It would look like this. La, and then of course you have to use the word ka. So you look at the Hebrew chart right there. So you go like this, ka, and then you have to say ma. Now I'll do a special connector because that's what the chart tells me to do. That's what y'all got to understand. That chart says this. I have guys in Sabbath service that we have to, I tell them to pay attention to the Hebrew class because, you know, a lot of people, there you go. They need to learn this Hebrew also. There. Lakam. That's the Hebrew. Now I use that special character because normally it would look like this. That ma would look like this. Of course, we ain't gonna use that. Let me show you what it looks like there. Y'all know what it looks like anyway. Normally it will look like this. Like this. Like that. But of course, we don't use this ma here at the end of a word. That ma right there, we don't need ah there. But this ma right there, that ma, that one, is that red. Why? Because on the chart you have the ka, the ma, the na, the pa, and the za. When they occur at the end of a word in Assyrian only. What did I say? In Assyrian only. Then you use the special characters, and that's one of them. You don't use the regular M, and that would be this. You don't use that. Okay, in Assyrian, but up here top, of course, we have la, ka, ma. So we want to say la, independent sound. Independent sound means a sound by itself, right there. And you have ka and ma put together, so you have come, la come. Okay, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Okay, so far so good, right? Okay. I'll give y'all a chance to write that down in your books there. Okay. Y'all write that down in your book. Give your seconds here. If y'all got any see, and we use words in Hebrew a little different than you would use them in the language here in the um, Esau's language, because we don't speak like him anyway. You know, back in what we learned back in Israel, we didn't learn that way. We're still the same people. This is how we talk. You know, that makes sense. That's all I'm trying to say to you. So we're gonna say things a little different. Okay. All right. Yeah, we a lot of things we just don't say. It's assumed like you know, I come to your house, I expect bread and wine. Okay, y'all got that? Okay, let's go. Let's understand something here. Another word here, y'all, because I want to break break down the connectors because I see people they had it right, but the way you spell things. So the next time we come together, I know you guys are going to spell things a little better because I'm going over it, right? Let's go. Let's use this word here, like if I said this, I want y'all to tell me the difference in these words here. All right, I want y'all to tell me. Uh, let's see. Uh, and I want y'all to tell me the difference from what you see here. Uh, let me see. Am I writing this right? Oh yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. There we go. All right. I want y'all to transliterate this word here, these two words, and tell me how they spell in the English. And they are two different words, and they're two different languages also. This is in the ancient, and this is in Assyrian. There we go. And I want y'all to give me the answer out here. Put it on the line there. Tell me. And then we'll break down what the word means, of course, but just transliterate that word right there real quick here. I should be able to do that to a class because you should be that used to transliterating words, and that's what we're doing. And if not, you learning it in this class a little bit at a time. You don't have to say it's too hard because you're breaking it down, you're learning it right here. This is the ancient word, and this is the word in Assyrian. Of course, I use the yeah, there we go. Is that right there, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay. Y'all break that down. There we go. It's better. Y'all take your time and write that. Transliterate this word. Tell me. Write it down in the chat. Just type it in. Give me the English transliteration of what this actually spells. And then, of course, we'll break down this. I'm not interested. Do you know what it means? Just give me what it looks like in English. That's what I mean. That's how you start. That's what you do. And if you're Officer 50, this is definitely the class for you. You should know a lot of that. This is good practice for you. You should be checking this class every week. In the Bay Area, we applaud you. We applaud our sisters. We applaud our brothers. How about Shemi Hawashai, Baraka Thumb to my brother, How Shamala Thaba Shemi Hawashai, Al Thun by Shemi Hawashai. You should be in this class every week trying to catch up on your Hebrew. And of course, if you haven't caught up on your Hebrew, you should be in this class learning anyway. You don't guess. You should be in here learning. Okay. All right. I mean, it's not an embarrassment or nothing. It's just something that you have to learn. Right? That makes sense? Um, yeah, that's right. Okay. Y'all let me know when y'all got it there. Take your time. Getting toward the end of class here. We appreciate it. I know you guys had a long, hard week. Some of y'all can get off for the Sabbath, and I appreciate that to come on into class. The Sabbath will be tomorrow, of course. Get ready for Sabbath service class. Be sure to tune in. And by the way, while I got a little time here, make sure you pay your Passover fee, the Pesach. We went over that word. Your Passover fee this year is just 20 times 10. That's $200. $200. That's all it is. $200 this year for all of the events that's going to happen, man. The slaughter, you're going to have the black party, man. You're going to have the events for the children, babysitting services. We'll have Journal Mahayaman's lecture class. That's always good. And you have, of course, Fantastics, as a matter of fact. Then you have did I mention the black party? Yeah, of course. And then you have the Passover, Pesach, Passover. And you have the Feast of Unleavened Bread that last day, man. Beautiful thing here. And of course, all of these events, of course, the brotherhood, man. Then don't forget your Friday night class, that black, and then of course, like I said, the black party to repeat. But don't forget, and then you have the brotherhood, man, and the sisterhood there, right? So it's only $200 I'm giving you. So make sure you pay your tithes and offering here in the ISUPK, and you're just visiting. Just also, hey, listen, um, make sure it'll be in Atlanta, so govern yourself accordingly. Call a captain, you know, and then get into this. If you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, of that heritage, that Zerai or that seed, get into the ISUPK. We got any answers there?
God,
Right.
Azra said
Mhm.
Yayan is the first one.
She said Yayan.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Azra said that, right?
Yahanna.
Yeah. We're closing in on in the end of class, so you guys bear with me a little bit more here. We ain't got much long. We're almost done. Yayan, and what else? Anybody else? That's Azra said that.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure y'all write these down in your notes too, because that's what this is for. As I go on to different words, make sure y'all write down. What else? Anybody else?
No.
What you got?
Um.
Anybody else trying to translate? That's Assyrian.
Yes. Azra has the second one.
Yeah.
She says it's Yawam.
Okay. Azra's on top of the market today, boy. You got it now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Yahanna, of course, is wine. All right. And Yawam is day. Just means day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we say day. Like if I say all day, call Yawam. But Yawam is a word that's saying, it's the word for day, right? That's what it is. And so I'm just trying to get you guys understanding when you're writing Assyrian writing, it's just that easy. Get you used to using ending characters right here. Yeah. Don't want to get that word so close to that one because you guys think that that's part of the word. Yawam means day. Like the evening in the morning or the first day, that's the appropriate way to use that word, day. And of course, you have yayan, which means wine. Y'all know what yayan is, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Of course, this ain't yayan. This is just beautiful, pure. As they say in Spanish, agua purifacta. But it's really called uh, mayam, water. Okay, that word for water is Mayam. That's water. Okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
All right. That's the word. So, any more questions here? I'm gonna give you guys a couple numbers here to write on the board. But anyway, and I may do that, may not. But the point I'm making, anybody got something in there? And they're talking.
Oh, that was just that was Ezra. She was just yeah one.
Yawan. Oh yeah, all right, good. Yeah, Yawan. Okay, good. Okay, and then you understand how to use these ending connectors. That's important. And if I make a mistake, just like you, sir, you don't have an ending connector for that M or that N or that Tazah, that Pa, or that Na. Correct me. Shit, this is our language. I forget. I may know even if I know the answer. If I don't, then I'll come back with it somewhere. I make sure I ask somebody higher than me, slocking to the men above me, to break this down for me, sir. But anyway, these are the basic words here. I mean, this is just giving you some words here, so you'll understand. Um, but anyway, that's how you use independent and dependent connectors. Of course, ending characters. Y'all got it? That's just basic. And one of these days, like maybe one of these weeks, we're gonna go over some sentences. We'll break sentences down for you. I've done that past to past, but I want to give people who just start in class all the time chance to share some basic Hebrew. And another class next week, we may do some more understanding of what we just did this week. That makes sense. So let's the last part of the class. I want you guys this. This is a number. I want you guys to break this down. It's kind of like off the wall here as far as a class. When we talk about numbers like this, when we talk numbers right here, see how well y'all remember this. If I say to break down 84 and let's say 27, how do you say that in Hebrew? That's one of them detective labs. But anyway, 84 and 27. Tell me. See if y'all see how well y'all memory it is. And if it's not, I understand. We'll give y'all a few seconds before I break it down for you here. Just break it down. How do you say 84? Because in Hebrew, you go akad, shanya, shalash, right? Arabai, right? That's 4. And then 5 is what? Kamash. 6 is shasha. 7 is shabai. 8 is shama wana. What's the 9? Thashai. And 10 is Asherah. Of course. Then you got 11, Akkad Asherah. Then you got 12, Shanya Asherah, and so on. But when you get to 20, I'm giving you a clue to how to say 20. I also gave you a clue how to say 8 and 4. Put that stuff together and see what you got. And that'll be the last thing we do before we break class down here. I just kind of threw that out at you. Give you guys a little bit something to think about there, right? But it's a great class, and I appreciate you guys checking in the class. You doing a wonderful job, and always checking the class. If you don't know, ask the questions that's pertaining to what I got on the board here, and that'll help you. Anybody? What we got?
Officer Aban checking in.
Officer Aban checking in. Let's clap it up. Adawan. Aban Karak, right? I think, right?
Aban Karak.
Aban Karak, yeah. Out of Greenville, South Carolina. I appreciate that, Adawan. Aban Karak is an officer that's checking in the class, Hebrew class, and I appreciate that. That's what I was showing you. See, as a man that understands that you want to brush up on his Hebrew, I got it. That's fine. Officer above me, of course. Let's break this down right here. Anybody? Let's break this down. So when we say 84, I'm gonna put 27 down here. We have some room here, right? Okay. When we put 84, we say 80. First of all, the word 8 is sha, ma, wa, na. That's the word 8. What's 4?
Araba.
Huh?
Araba.
Yeah, isn't it 4? Yeah, yes, Araba. A-ra. H. A-ra. Bi, right?
Okay.
That's not right. I think
Azara
it
has
is.
an answer
I
for
believe.
84.
Huh?
Azara has an answer for 84.
What you got, Oz? What you got, sister? I'm gonna put 27 down here a little bit further. What you got, Azara?
She has Shamayam Shabai.
What? Anyway, Salaki, second. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak, a thumb to all my brothers. Yahweh Shemal, a thumb by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, to my sisters. Okay? Salaki. To the new people just checked in. What do you got?
She has Shamawana
Shah, Ma.
Wa Na. Oh, she changed it. Okay. Arabai. She has Shamawana Arabai.
Okay, but you have to do something to that. You have to make it plural. You got to say yum. Okay? And then you got to say araba. Okay? Araba.
Bye.
Is it by? I'm sorry. There. So when you put these two together, because remember 80, when you 80, it to say to makes a long damn word, that's for sure. But when you say shamawana, so by 8 by itself is shamawana. But when you say shamawana yum, you're making this 80. So what's 80 plus 4? Plus 4, that's how you say that word. Shamawana yam arabai. That will be saying 84. Now by itself is just shamawana. And you say Shamwana Arabai, all you're saying is 8 and 4. But when you say 80, like 80, like this word, 80, like when I want to say AIEIGHTY, okay? That's spelled right? Yeah. Yeah, 80. Now when I say 80, well, that's Shamwana Yam. When I say Araba, now you got 80 plus 4, which equals 84. That makes sense?
Makes sense.
I just get now you can do all words like that. You do 70, right? So Shabbat, how you say Shabai?
Shabai.
It's 7. So how you say 70?
Shabayam.
Shabayam. How you say 60? Shashayam.
Shashayam.
So how you say 27?
Aishurayam.
27?
Aishurayam Shabai.
Okay. Sha. Right. The sister in the class, you say Asherayam.
Mm-hmm.
Shabai.
Shabai.
What did I say? 27? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 27. And of course, you have to say Shabai, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I'm not going to transliterate that, but you get the point. That's the English for it. But if I transliterate it, of course, you'd have I and then all the transliteration for that whole thing. But that's 27, and that's how you spell what do you call it? Words. Always throw that at the end because sometimes I have a whole class with just numbers, the number system. Okay. That's how I do number systems because it makes sense. But that's the language, that's the Hebrew language. So you understand that. By understand that, Shamona. And of course, if you want to transliterate this word, let's say if you want to write what Arabai looks like. Let's say this. Here, you want to say we'll break one of them down. Independent connector, right? Ra, you want to say Ra looks like that. Mm-hmm. Then you want to say Ba. And then you want to say I. So let's break. They got to put some connectors on it though, right? Yes. So independent connector, Ra, and then you want to make one sound. That sound right there, Bi. So you got to join that together with a what? Dependent connector. And that's what Arabai looks like. In what in what language? The ancient. Of course, in the Assyrian language, it'll look a little different, but it is going to spell out the same. We just went over the difference between Assyrian. Okay, does everybody understand? Any questions? Anybody? But anyway, like I said again, don't forget to pay your Passover fee, man. We had a Tawab class tonight. And what does Tawab mean? Good, right? And we're soon we're going to say Tawab Arab means good evening. Okay? We ain't going to say night. We're going to say good evening. Okay? So we don't say good night. We say good evening or good morning. Yeah, so make sure you make you join Hebrew class. I'm sorry, Sabbath service class where we read the Hebrew. We're gonna go over there and you see the guys go over there. It's a fascinating thing. We're actually reading this Hebrew, not in English. We're reading it off that chart, okay? And we're actually reading the Hebrew, and it's a thing that the brothers have learned. So let's clap it up for class, man. Our officers do this every day, every week anyway. Okay, so if everybody understand and everybody got everything together, we're going to go over some announcements in class, get you guys to understand some rules here, right? The rules that we use in ISUPK, okay? So you guys can understand a little better. But I'm glad you guys are participating in class, and everybody seems like they understand what's going on. Okay, but let's do this right here. Let's do this. We are the ISUPK. Started out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The rule for the brother and sister: when a brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be seated. Sorry, they are to be seated. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in the particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. Okay? After 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 and 10, means tenth in the Hebrew. The word is ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher, the priest fund, the free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. The upholding convocations will be the next one we're going to have, and it's a Purim here in Greenville, South Carolina, right? Purim, 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. Thursday, the 13th, March, 13th of March, and Friday, the 14th, March 2025. You'll find that in Esther 9, 20, and 31. Okay, that's what you have to understand. Remind the Akim, if anybody wants to be a troop in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, and headbands and scarf. And of course, I'm a reminder, to remember to pay your Passover fee, Pesach, that word we went over. It means Passover. We learned it in class. It's only $200 for all of the glory that we're going to have. The Most High commands the 12 tribes of Israel to come together under commanding General Yahanna. And the only place to do that is an Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Pay your $200 Passover fee and pay your tithes, okay? And we're going to end class, okay? A madium. All right? We're going to salute out our brothers and we're going to salute out our sisters, okay? Amadim. Amadim Shabbat. Amadim. Barak. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Thumb, Sar, Yayamata, Shaw, and face the sisters. Amadim Shabbat. Amadim. Yahweh Shema Alathun by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh. Salaki. Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shemar Alathun.
Salaki, sir.
Yahweh Shemar.
Yahweh Shema Alta by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shemar Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. All right. Yayamata. Class dismissed.